Okay, in this tutorial, we are going to use Creo to 3D model this three-dimensional object, which looks like the letter I. Now, during this modeling tutorial, I'm going to show you some new tools in Creo, and we're going to be experimenting with those tools to hopefully improve your 3D modeling skills. So what do we know about this? We know it is 90 millimeters wide, it is a total height of 120, and it has a depth of 40 millimeters. Okay, as I've said before, you can model these in lots of different ways in Creo. I'm going to show you a new tool called the shell tool, and we're going to hollow out this shape. But you may use other tools that we've used before. So let's get to it. We'll go over to Creo, and I'm going to do File, New, okay, and I'm going to call this I underscore shape, I shape, and then press OK. Now again, I've just done that from a model. I was modeling, so I'd already set my working directory. Maximize the screen. If you have not set your working directory, another way you can select your working directory is go to File, Manage Session, come across to Select Working Directory, and then you will need to navigate to your Creo folder and then press OK, and your directory is set. Okay, so we are now going to model the I shape. So this time I'm going to model it in a different way. I'm going to use the top plane, so left click to select the top plane. And then I'm going to go to Sketch. I'm going to use the center rectangle and then click on the center point. And I'm going to left click to start. And then I can left click to complete the rectangle that I want. So left click to complete. Then I'm going to use the normal, which is the create the dimensions. And I can zoom in. Now, the eye width is, we're going to put in here 90 millimeters, and the depth is 40 millimeters. Okay, so there we have our dimensions. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to rotate it with the middle mouse wheel, and then I'm going to extrude. Now this time, I showed you this in the last tutorial, I'm going to extrude both ways, okay, so on both sides of my extrusion. So I want you to start using that tool, that's very helpful. And the total height is 120 millimeters for this object. I'm going to press, oh, sorry, I better do that again. You must press enter after you've typed in your dimension. Press refit, and we have a rectangle, a cuboid, from a rectangle, an extrusion. Okay, that's what I wanted, so I'm going to tick OK. So that was stage one, let's say. Okay, right, now we need to remove some material to create this I shape. So this time I'm going to do it from the right face. So I'm going to left click the right face and choose Sketch. Okay, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to use this project tool. It's very, very helpful. Okay, it projects lines onto our sketch from the object behind. So I'm going to click project, and I'm going to hover over the edge, the left line, and click once. It's light green, so click it. I can see it's now gone orange, so it's now in my sketch. Come across and do the same on that side. And what I've done is project 2 lines into my sketch. I'm now going to go to line chain. Okay, and I'm going to click somewhere in the top region. I'm going to go from one line to the other. So another left click and then mouse wheel click to deselect. Now I'm going to do exactly the same below using the line chain. Left click once on the line and then left click once again on the other line. I'm still attached, so I have to mouse wheel click. So push the wheel of the mouse in and it will deselect. Okay, now what I now have is I have one line all the way down on the left, one line all the way down on the right, a horizontal line between the two, and another horizontal line between the two. So now I'm going to have to use the delete segment tool, and I'm going to get rid of these 2 lines. So if I left click down and keep it clicked down, you can see that whatever I go through with the left click will delete any line I've drawn. So I'm going to let go and they've gone. So start drawing and draw through that one using the left mouse click and do it again through here, and it leaves me with this, which is what I'm after, but it's not the correct size. So I'm going to come over to the normal, which we use for our dimensions. The width is already determined. What is not determined is the height of this section. We drew from one line to the other, so it knew where they were. So this dimension is going to be 60 millimeters. So I'm going to type in 60 and you'll see the shape change. And here we have a measurement. There are always measurements in the sketch. You have to find them. Sometimes they're hard to see. If you hover over this one, click on that. Okay, it's a random measurement of 35.3. I want that to be 30. So I'm going to type in 30 millimeters and you'll see the shape move down. Okay, and that should center it because our total height is 120. So we've got 30 between the base and where the first feature starts. Then we have a gap of 60 and then we should have 30. So I'm going to press OK. And what we have here is the sketch on that face. I'm now going to extrude, and you can see, let's put that in the middle. It's coming out. I actually want to go in. When you go in, it automatically becomes remove material, unless we don't want to. And I am going to go in at a depth of 30. Okay, so I'm going to make that 30 millimeters. You can do it here or here. Okay, as long as you press enter, and we have 30 millimeters. I'm going to tick OK, and I've created one feature in. I'm going to repeat that whole process on this side. So I'm going to select that face, go to sketch, project the left line, project the right line. Use the line chain tool. In the top region, go from left click from one line to the other, left click, and then use the mouse wheel to deselect. Go back and get the line chain, go down in the lower region, left click on that line and left click on the right line. It will snap to that line. You can see it snapping. H comes up for horizontal, and then mouse wheel again to deselect. Now I'm going to use the delete segment tool like I did before, and I'm going to go right across there and delete those two, and right across there to delete the bottom two, and then use the normal tool to set the dimensions. This one needed to be 60 millimeters, and this height needed to be 30 millimeters. Oh, I've put 3 in there, so I need to go in, double click 30 millimeters. There we go. And tick OK. If I now rotate that, I can see the sketch is on that surface. I'm now going to extrude. Again, it comes out as a positive. I can drag that. I can push that back into the model. Okay, and we can double click here or type in here. And I think we said that also would be 30 millimeters. 30. Okay. Tick OK. And we have now created the letter I in 3 dimensions. Okay, that is step 1 of this tutorial. Step 2, I will show you how to apply rounds and hollow this shape out.